चलिए शुरू किया जाए। There is no doubt session today. Doubt sessions next week होंगे। आपको जो सवाल पूछना होगा मुझे रिगार्डिंग आप नेक्स्ट वीक पूछ सकते हैं, अभी नहीं। ठीक है, अभी हम पहले क्वेश्चंस कर लें आपको। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, what is the term for the minimum velocity an object must reach to break free from a planet gravitational attraction? मिनिमम वेलोसिटी कितनी होनी चाहिए किसी भी चीज की कि वो ग्रेविटेशनल अट्रैक्शन से दूर जाए? Scrap velocity from Earth, it is approximately 11.2 किलोमीटर पर सेकेंड। एक सेकेंड में कितना? नियर अबाउट 11.2 किलोमीटर तक ये स्पीड होगी। देन इट विल, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट हमारे अर्थ से की ग्रेविटेशनल फील्ड से बाहर निकल सकता। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट, which law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction? That is Newton's third law. Third law of motion, who says that if there is an action, then you get the reaction also. Okay. Next, what is the name of the process by which a solid changes directly into a gas without passing through the liquid state? Solid से direct gas, तो उसको कहा जाता है sublimation. And even from gas to direct solid में change हुआ तो भी sublimation ही कहलाएगा, और solid से direct gas में है तो भी sublimation ही कहा जाएगा। ठीक है, next question, which allotrope of carbon is an excellent conductor of electricity? Graphite. Graphite is the excellent conductor of electricity. Next, what is the pH value of pure neutral water at 25 degrees Celsius? Water का pH value क्या होता है? That is 7. ठीक है, 7 से ऊपर गया तो जितना ऊपर जाएगा उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस होगा, 7 से जितना नीचे आएगा उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड होगा। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट, which fundamental force holds the protons and neutrons together inside an atomic nucleus? एटॉमिक न्यूक्लियस में दो चीजें होती है, एक न्यूट्रॉन और एक प्रोटॉन होते हैं दोनों न्यूक्लियस में। तो उन दोनों को होल्ड करने की फंडामेंटल जो फोर्स तो उसको क्या कहते हैं? That is called a strong nuclear force. The answer is strong nuclear force. What phenomena causes light to bend when it passes from one medium to another of different density? The answer is refraction. For example, एयर से लाइट अगर पास हो रही तो जैसे वाटर में जाती है उसकी रेज जो होती है वो बेंड हो जाती है ना। What is the chemical name of laughing gas? Nitrogen oxide. So nitrous oxide, N2O. ठीक है, which component of electromagnetic radiation has the shortest wavelength and the highest frequency? Wavelength is the shortest, but the frequency is the highest. So the answer is gamma rays. Gamma rays have the shortest wavelength but the highest frequency. Next, what is the principal ore from which aluminum is extracted? Bauxite. क्वेश्चन बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है लेकिन ऑन टाइम याद आना बहुत जरूरी, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, which deep ocean trench is the second deepest point on earth located in the Atlantic Ocean? So the deep ocean trench, first is the Mariana Trench in Pacific Ocean. Okay, first is in Mariana Trench, but यहाँ पर second पूछा गया. So, the answer is Puerto Rico Trench. Puerto Rico Trench. This is the second deepest trench point on Earth in Atlantic Ocean. Which canal connects the Mediterranean Sea directly to the Red Sea? The answer is Suez Canal. Suez Canal is the canal connects the Mediterranean Sea directly to the Red Sea. What is the term for a narrow strip of water connecting two larger bodies of water? Straight. Okay. Which plateau is known as the roof of the world? Tamil, not or Tibetan plateau. ये पता होना, ये तो आप लोग सबको आता होगा. Next, what type of rainfall occurs when moisture-laden air is forced to rise over a mountain barrier? Orographic or relief rainfall. Which line of longitude is designated as the international date line? (180° meridian). What is the world's largest landlocked sea or lake by surface area? Caspian Sea. है ये लेक, लेकिन ये इतनी बड़ी है, इसको एज सी कंपेयर किया जाता है. नेक्स्ट, which atmospheric layer contains the ionosphere that reflects radio waves back to the earth? The answer is thermosphere. इसलिए कई सारे एटमॉस्फेरिक लेयर के बारे में कई सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं कि सैटेलाइट किस लेयर में होती हैं, यूवी रेज कहां से रिफ्लेक्ट होती हैं, ठीक है, वेदर क्लाइमेट चेंजेस किस लेयर में होते हैं, तो वेदर क्लाइमेट चेंजेस ट्रोपोस्फेयर में होते हैं, यूवी रेज जहाँ जाती है यानी ओजोन लेयर जिस एटमॉस्फेरिक लेयर में उसका नाम है स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर, रेडियो रेज के थर्मोस्फेयर, ठीक, याद रखना. What is the term for cold, dense wind flowing downslope under the force of gravity? The answer is katabatic wind. Katabatic wind. Which African country is completely enclaved within the borders of South Africa? The answer is Lesotho. Which enzyme in human saliva begins the breakdown of starch into simple sugar? Salivary amylase, yeah, xylene. Okay. What structural component forms the cell wall of fungi? Chitin. Answer is chitin. Which hormone produced by the adrenal glands trigger the fight or flight response? Adrenal. Adrenaline. Nelline. What is the functional unit of the human kidney responsible for the filtering blood? Nephron. Okay. The body parts are related, for example, how many chambers in the heart? The answer is four. Kidney, the functional unit, nephron. Which part of the body controls our whole system? For example, movements, irrespectable response, sudden response, and that is nervous system. And the function unit name is neurons. Then, now, which genetic molecule carries the instruction for building proteins and structured as a double helix? Answer is DNA. Full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. वैसे आते हैं इसकी फुल फॉर्म जल्दी याद नहीं होती है, पर इसकी फुल फॉर्म याद नहीं मुझसे होती है, इसलिए मैंने बायो छोड़ दी. So the next question: what do you call the symbiotic relationship when one organism benefit while the other is neither head or nor arm? The answer is common syllogism. Which tissue in vascular plant is responsible for transporting water and minerals upward from the roots? Xylem. ये सब आपको पता है, ये आपको ये सारी चीजें आप लोगों को पता है, बट चूंकि बहुत उस पर ध्यान नहीं दिया जाता है इसलिए वो दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा बात, है ना. What is the term for the programmed death of cells in multicellular organism? The answer is apoptosis. Apoptosis. Which chamber of the human heart pump oxygenated blood into the aorta to feed the entire body? अब हार्ट में टोटल 4 चैम्बर्स होते हैं, तो कौन सा चैम्बर होता है? The answer is left ventricle. Next, what deficiency in the diet leads to the condition known as scurvy? The answer is vitamin C, ascorbic acid. In which year did the first war of Indian independence, Simple mutiny, break out? The answer is 1857. Which article of the Indian Constitution grants citizens the right of constitutional remedies? Article 32, often called the heart and soul of the Constitution. Who was the Viceroy of India when the partition of Bengal took place in 1905? Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon. What is the term for a parliamentary procedure used to delay or prevent a vote on a proposal by extending debate? Filibuster. Filibuster. Which treaty formally ended World War I in 1919? Treaty of Versailles. Who was the editor of the radical nationalist newspaper Kesari during the Indian independence movement? ये बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन, ये आप सबको पता होना इसलिए. आंसर बाल गंगाधर तिलक. What is the maximum strength of members permitted in the Lok Sabha by the Indian Constitution? 550. Which battle in 1757 led the foundation of British political rule in Bengal? Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey. Which organ of the United Nations is the primarily responsible for maintaining international peace and security? United Nations Security Council. Who was the first Comptroller and Auditor General (CAG) of independent India? B. Narahari Rao. What economic term describes a situation of high inflation combined with stagnant economic growth and high unemployment? Stagflation. Who is considered the father of modern economics and the author of the Wealth of Nation? Adam Smith, father of modern economics. In computer networking, what does the protocol acronym HTTP stands for? अब www की फुल फॉर्म तो सबको पता है, HTTP की फुल फॉर्म क्या होगी? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Which element is used as a moderator in nuclear reactors to slow down fast-moving neutrons? D2O or graphite. What is the SI unit of electrical capacitance? अब ये आप लोगों में बहुत सारे इस बेसिस पे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन मिलते हैं, खास करके एसआई यूनिट को लेकर. ठीक है, स्पीड की एसआई यूनिट बताइए, या वेलोसिटी की एसआई यूनिट बताइए, या फोर्स की एसआई यूनिट बताइए, वेट की एसआई यूनिट बताइए. आंसर फैराड. आंसर फैराड. Next, what is the term for the dark central region of a shadow cast by an opaque object during an eclipse? Answer is umbra. पढ़ा था ना, umbra, penumbra. Which global agreement signed in 1987 aimed to phase out ozone depleting substance like CFCs? Montreal Protocol. What mathematical constant represents the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter? Pi. ये होता है ना, find the circumference to pi r, find the area pi r square. Which alloy is composed primarily of copper and zinc? Brass. Brass. What is the study of fossils to determine the history of life on Earth called? Paleontology. Okay. So 50 questions complete हुए, लेकिन